Hello and welcome to my video all about how to make jewellery using hot glue. I was experimenting how to add foil to hot glue in order to make it look more metallic, and this method and this project was the result. In order to follow along with this project, you will need a hot glue gun and some glue sticks. I personally use some black glue sticks, some parchment paper, otherwise known as baking paper. Just make sure that you don't use wax paper. A non-stick mat that doesn't stick to hot glue. If you don't have one of these, you can just use the parchment paper instead. Something to hold the parchment paper flat. I used a sheet of glass from a photo frame, but you could use something heavy like books to weigh the paper down and keep it in place. A piece of paper and a marker pen. Some jewellery findings. I used earring hooks, eye pins, jump rings, a lobster clasp and an 18-inch length of chain. Some jewellery pliers and wire cutters, some imitation gold leaf, some transfer foil, some foil glue, some tweezers if you have them, a small piece of crepe paper, some Mod Podge or similar glue, a tea light, small sharp scissors and an awl. The first thing you need to do is design your earrings and pendants, and then draw the outline of these onto a piece of paper. As you can see, I only drew an outline for one earring from each pair, and this was because I was still experimenting and didn't know if the method was going to work, so I was making one earring at a time rather than a pair of earrings in one go. I'm now going to show you a couple of methods I tried that didn't work, just so you don't make the same mistakes. The first method involved placing the glass part of a photo frame on top of the templates, and then making the hot glue shapes on top. I thought that hot glue just peeled off glass nicely, but it does not. So don't try this one yourself. I just about managed to get the rainbow earrings off the glass with some coaxing, and it was usable, but the large disc earring and necklace pendant took hot water and some elbow grease to remove. As you can see here, the disc earrings got my fingernail marks all over and got quite distorted and warped, so ended up not being usable. So in conclusion, don't put hot glue on glass. The second method I tried was to cut out the templates using an X-Acto knife from a sheet of acetate. I placed this on a non-stick mat and then added hot glue inside of those cut out sections. This worked well for the disc shape, but I went outside the lines on the arches, and this is when I learned that hot glue really sticks to acetate as well. Unfortunately, I ended up breaking the acetate template when I tried to remove the hot glue shapes. So even though I ended up with a usable earring, it wasn't the best method. And then we're on to method 3, which is definitely the one I would recommend. So to do this, lay out a piece of parchment paper on top of your templates. You'll need to make sure that this parchment paper is lying flat, so you can either weigh it down at each side with some books or something similar, or you can wrap it around a piece of glass like I have that I've got from a photo frame. Then you simply draw the shapes with the hot glue, trying to follow the templates as best as you can. It's very likely that you're going to need to put a metal eye pin in each of your earrings, so that you can attach them to the earring hooks later. I also needed the eye pin to connect the separate hot glue shapes together. If you want to add them, you'll first need to cut them down to size, and then you'll need to push them into the glue as soon as possible before the glue hardens. Don't worry about any of the stringy bits of glue, we can remove those later. Then you just need to leave the glue to completely cool and harden. And the last method I'm going to show you, which is the easiest of them all, involves making free-form shapes. All you need to do is make hot glue shapes on a non-stick mat or parchment paper without any templates at all. For the dot earrings, which ended up being my favourite, I simply laid down 2 eye pins and added 3 hot glue dots along each of them. As for this bar-shaped pendant, I just made the shape by eye. Once the hot glue has completely cooled and hardened, use some small sharp scissors to trim off any excess glue. You just want to make them neater, and you also want to make the earrings the same shape as each other. You'll notice that your hot glue shapes have some lumps and bumps, and the edges are quite rough. So for this next step, you need to use a tea light candle to smooth all of this out. So you just need to place the tea light on a heatproof surface and light it. Make sure you've got your sleeves rolled up and hair tied back, and be careful that you don't lean over the candle and that you've got nothing flammable nearby. We're going to use the heat from the flame to smooth the glue, so carefully move the hot glue over the candle quite quickly so that the flame just licks the glue. The idea is to melt the glue just enough that the surfaces smooth out and go shiny, but not so much that it deforms or drips. Make sure that you don't touch the glue soon after you've smoothed it in the flame, because the glue will stick to your finger, which will hurt, and you'll also leave fingerprints. It's best to smooth one half of each shape, then leave it to harden on the non-stick surface before smoothing the other half. To flatten any bumps, I softened the glue in the flame, put it down, then pressed part of my non-stick mat down on top of it after a minute of cooling. At this point, the glue shouldn't be sticky, but it should still be soft enough to flatten it. You can see how much smoother and shinier the hot glue shapes now are. I'm now going to add the gold leaf to the disc earrings. The gold leaf is very light and delicate. If you sneeze, this stuff is going to fly everywhere, so be careful. Apply your foil glue all over the front of the shapes you want to cover. It's a lot easier to use a glue that's specifically designed to use with foil. I'm using two-way glue by a Zig memory system, and this glue is blue when it's wet, and then it dries clear. When the glue goes clear, it just means it's tacky rather than wet, and that's the ideal time to add the gold leaf. So place a sheet of the gold leaf over the top of the shape and press down all over. You can either use your fingers or some tweezers to move the gold leaf. I personally found it easier to break it up using my fingers. Rub lightly all over with your fingers to smooth the gold leaf. Add more gold to fill in any gaps. Then, once it's dry, you can do the same for the back of the shapes. Next, I added some silver transfer foil to the hot glue dots. This produced a very pleasing effect, and it was actually my favourite overall. I first applied the glue to alternating halves of the dots. Then I waited for the glue to go clear. I then pressed the silver transfer foil on top of the glue, and then rubbed the foil onto the glued areas before removing the sheet. Keep repeating this until you're happy. Note that transfer foil won't give full coverage like the gold leaf. There will be some little gaps. And here you can see the resulting foil effect. Next, I used the same method to foil the rainbow shapes. I first applied glue to the bigger arches, and then I added the copper transfer foil. And then on the smaller arches, I added the cream coloured foil. To decorate the necklace pendants, I decided to use decoupage. So for one of the shapes, I used Mod Podge and a paintbrush to layer tissue paper on top. I added a handful of layers of the sparkly tissue paper, but I didn't like the finished result because the black of the hot glue showed through. I also tried the same technique but with a lightweight woven fabric, and although I quite liked the result, you could still see the black hot glue showing through. So just bear that in mind. If you want to decorate the hot glue with something that's not opaque, you'll need to make sure that you make the hot glue the correct colour. And for the final pendant, I just glued some gold crepe paper to the front. This crepe paper is completely opaque, you can't see through it, and so it works well for this. I glued a small amount of excess paper to the back of the pendant and left it to dry. Once it was dry, I cut off some of the excess paper, and then I added more crepe paper on the back just to neaten it up. Then cut off the excess paper again when this dries. The next step is simply to add the jewellery findings. So use an awl with a cutting mat below to add a hole to either end of the crepe paper pendant. I then use my jewellery pliers to add a large jump ring at each end. Make sure you don't open jump rings by pulling them apart, but instead just twist them. I cut my length of chain in half, and I join these pieces of chain to the pendant using smaller jump rings. And to the other ends of the chain, I added jump rings and a lobster clasp. And here is the finished necklace. Simple but effective. And then for the earrings, all I needed to do was add the hooks. And that's the earrings finished. So that's the disc earrings, the rainbow earrings, and the dot earrings. And that's it, that's how you make jewellery from hot glue. I really hope you enjoyed this project, and thank you very much for watching.